Hey guys, welcome back to the Pursuit production. Today we're going through a Sunday service from start to finish.
And I guess one thing when the countdown starts is also make sure that all camera is ready, making sure all camera is on, check out with your cam ops, let them know their position, what you want. Of course, you did it before, but just to make sure that's the last step you want, and make sure all cameras live, and make sure that you already mentioned what song and who's the worship leader. Of course, that's one the most important thing, right?
Yeah, for camera 2, we want them to already be on.
There you go, and auto to camera 1, so you can see the whole room, not straight jumping to the Jeremiah here. So you got the full audience of what's happening in the room, not just the worship leader.
Yeah. Oh, that's my shot, everybody. I'm as camera 5, so whenever you see that shot, that's me.
Oop, you see that? That's my bad. That's one thing that I did the mistake. This is pretty good Sunday, but like, unfortunately, I hit the wrong one and the cam ups is not ready, so that's my bad. But if you can see, the start is pretty good. After cam 1, we jump to 3 a bit because, you know, you need to give space for 1 because we have only a limited space for the jeep to swing. But other than that, we jump between keys and drums, and when the first line starts, we want to be at cam 2.
Yeah. Well, even if you saw that part was messed up, when you're on the camera, you should be live at all times. So even when you're walking around, you almost want that walk to still be anything that's shootable in case that happens.
That's totally true. As a director, it's really, really helpful if your cam ops are always ready. So in the case that you miss hit, your camera is ready. Their camera is ready.
Yeah. And I think everybody this Sunday did really good with their guitar slides. Every single shot has a guitar slide.
Yeah.
I'll point it out next time I see it. It gives it the feel like the chef's kiss. You can't see the guitar slide itself in the camera frame, but the person who's on that camera has a guitar slide in the upper corner. So that when the light comes down, it's spread across. So like you don't ever want to be able to tell like someone's actually holding a guitar slide. 'Cause if you put it about halfway too much, that's when you can kind of see a line and you lose the like almost like magic feeling of the shot.
Alright, that's the big moment. Make sure that when the big moment, you can show it. There's a couple different ways. First, like that video, you can jump to camera 1. That give a huge perspective of the room. There's another clip that you can also jump to camera 3 like this during the big moment. Or the last option is camera 2 that spotlight the worship leader like singing in the big part, which is showing what really happened in the room. And also for director, you want to cut during the beat. So you make sure you count the beat as the song playing, so you know what's happening. And it's as an audience, when you cut during the beat, you can feel what's happening in the room better, not just like random cut. You make sure that you want to cut on the beat, not just randomly cutting. See, there's another example of guitar slide, which is super great. You can see that light reflection. There's like an additional like kind of rainbow gradient near the guitar. And I guess as a cam ops, you want to make sure that you follow the singer every time, because sometimes the singer are super like in the zone. They move around a lot, they jump a lot. You want to make sure that your camera is ready and you kept the singer on the center, right, Jade?
Yeah. And oh, that was cool. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Like he turns around. That's actually really cool. I did not notice that.
And then 1, so, you know, big moment, give you the entire view of the room, and then transition, you go to 3 or 1 again.
Yeah.
Just the second song. Make sure, if you're the director, make sure you mention who's leading and what's the song, because like unfortunately it's not here. But if you see our production video, which capture me and the comms, I forgot to tell the people who's singing, and Christian just like, next song is by someone with this song, and I was like, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you guys. Again, the intro, drums, and then jump to the singer when they start singing.
And you can really tell with 2, I know it's Joseph, but Joseph is like really good with having like an airy feel when camera 2 is one of our only stationary cameras. And so it's really important just keep doing like the figure eights in the frame so that it looks like it's actually a handheld even though it is.
That's totally true because like if everything is moving and 2 is just static, it looks gonna look really weird.
You can tell, like you can spot it right away.
Mm-hmm. Nice shot. That's a nice shot.
Yeah, I love the lighting in this too, on the base right there. Well, I think you did a really good, I'll point it out when I see it, but just like letting the moment breathe. I think a lot of directors are like, cut, 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 cut. And you let the moment breathe like through the chorus at least.
Thank you.
Which a lot of directors don't. So please do. Oh, I love that.
This is a nice shot, and like again, as a director, you really want your cam ops to be at a certain location during a certain time, and I think Jade did a great job. She knows that the thing is super dominant, it's the electric guitar. She's right there, so that's why I can capture Jeremiah doing his thing. So as a director, you need to work with your cam ops on like, hey, where do you wanna be at a certain point? And I think Jade did a great job of like putting herself on the electric when she knows, hey, this song, there's a lot of electric guitar, there's gonna be an electric part in it, and she just go right there, capture the shot, because if Jade it's not there, I wouldn't be able to capture this specific moment.
And I'm also thinking, I'm like, well, what does the director want? Like, what is the vision that we want to tell people? And downstairs in the room, it was going crazy right now. Like, everyone was up and jumping.
Yeah, and also, like, even though if there is not a lot of people, our cam ops are able to take the shot where people are crowded, so it makes the room fuller. So, like, shout out to the crowd cam ops doing their best in terms of giving the best shot. Possible shot, even though the room is still kind of empty, as you mentioned, but they find a shot that makes the room looks crowded, slightly more fuller, so it doesn't look super empty.
Yeah.
And again, you always want to shot or like pick a shot in terms of showing people on the online community of what's going on. Like if people are clapping as a cam ops, you shoot that so the director could take that shot and, hey, this is what's going on the room, instead of just, hey, people are clapping, I'm shooting keys. Like, of course the keys is playing, but like you want to show the people that are not in the room like, oh, people are clapping, so they know the context. I always love what Christian says, like as a director, you want to give context to the viewer, so shoot what's really happening in the room.
Yeah. Wait.
Wait.
Oh my gosh.
We should do that.
Come on, do that reaction.
All right.
Emily's chewing gum.
We should put that because I was saying something on the production channel too. Okay, this is not the shot that you want to take. That's my bad. At first, she's not chewing, so, oh yeah, that's a good shot that I should take. People are lifting their hands. It was a good framing, but when I took it, she chewed bubble gum, and I was like, other camera is live. 7 is live.
I was not expecting that, just when I know her, we're friends, and so it just made me laugh.
But the next shot is good. Ken's doing a rack focus.
Oh my gosh.
This is a nice shot.
He's still going.
Yep, he's still going. It fits the moment. It shows what's happening in the room. And the gear slide again.
That shot. I feel like that's the best, probably, shot of Sunday that we had. So far. For singers, it's hard when the main singers are constantly walking back, like from the front to the back, because we're trying to capture this and then they just turn around and we have their back and the back of their head. So if you're a singer, try and face the audience. It helps us capture your pretty face.
Oh, this is a really nice shot. Sabrina is doing new things and works perfectly. As a director, again, Jade mentioned like, don't cut too fast. At that moment, I think I cut too fast. I could leave this shot, not this one, but this one a bit longer, so it gives like the atmosphere, the airy moment. Cutting to electric guitar is okay, but like, it could be better if you leave it. Hi, Jade.
Hi. I'm shooting. I'm trying to shoot.
Ooh, this is also important. Make sure as a cam ops, do not shoot to the person and to the iMac, and this will happen.
Yeah, that's like the effect where you just keep seeing them.
Infinity Jeremiah, so please don't do that. And also, it's something that I should learn not to pick this when
Well, sometimes it's not that bad, and then the certain way they move, it just staggers. Like for me, I did not like that. I wish camera 1 was already stationed and ready to go out, but she wasn't quite to the cage yet for her to swing completely out. She probably just didn't know the chorus was going to start that quick. So you can kind of see it stagger back.
That's a nice example of what should it be, like drums, and then it shows the big moment when the drums are dominant during the worship, and then showing the room.
Yeah, and if you listen, he Jason cut on the beat of the drum. So switch it right there. Because it's like a breakthrough. That's when you want a new camera angle.
So again, when you're doing jib, make sure that you pace the speed of the jib with the tempo of the music. I think this is slightly too fast. She is doing a great job of doing the jib. It's smooth, but it's just slightly too fast. So make sure if you're doing jib, make sure that you follow the tempo of the music with the speed of the jib.
Yeah.
I think this is a nice shot. Why? Because you feel the moment. The only instrument that is playing is the keyboard. That's the most dominant one, and you were there to capture that. So the audience know, oh yeah, this is what's happening. This is the key. You feeling the keys, giving the nice atmosphere for the viewer outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, what Jade said, maybe it's better when the jib is already ready, so they can swing directly when the director cuts to one.
Yeah. Because when I'm on the jib, I'm already going. Like, when the chorus is going, I've already started so that you can't see, a start from the beginning.
Another option, camera 3, when the big moment. So you can play around, mix it, not just 1, you can use 1 and 3.
Yeah.
So again, if you, in the transition moment, jump to camera 3 or 1. So your camera operator can reset. Camera 2 can pick who's the next worship leader. And it's just a nice time for people to see what's happening in the room. This is a really, really dreamy shot. Good job on Cam 6. I think this is Rufina.
Yeah. And then that's Ken. It's a very, you want to start slow in almost every single song.
Yeah, that's really true. That's a good point, Jade, to mention about cutting based on the moment. When a slow moment, cut slower.
Yeah, let it breathe.
Yeah, let it breathe. Alright, so transition moment. So at the end, you want to jump to camera 2, see who's speaking, and then goes to 1 before going to the pro presenter, because you don't want Lydie and then pro presenter. It's gonna be weird.
Yeah.
You want to show again context, what happened in the room, and
people are going back to their seats. We're really transitioning to the next step. The next step is going to be offering and then live announcements. And so normally once you hit this auto to Wirecast, all the cam ops are coming up back to the room, and they're just saying pro presenter, and they're just saying oh, good job, break down your camera, and that's the next stage. We're done with worship. So you can't hear it because it's on our channel, but right before you go into this, he's going to supersource. And when you hear that as a cam op, you always want to make sure she's in the very middle, because it's going to crop everything in.
yeah. And as a director, we have two super source, one on the right side and one on the left side. And here, if Candice is looking on that side, try to take the super source where the box is on what she is looking at, so it's just giving a nicer context as a viewer. Like, she's pointing to the right direction. Imagine the ways to give is in the other side, and what people will think like, what is she's pointing at? So it's just nice to have the super source at the right direction. It's not that bad, but it's just perfection, I guess. It's giving it's
the cherry on top.
Yeah, the cherry on top. It gives you a slight, I guess, edge in terms of like, hey, this is what they are showing, this is where they are pointing, so it's slightly better.
Yeah.
As the live post director, you did a great job, Jade, because you're also paying attention on what they are saying. So you giving me a backup. Hey, Jason, Candice, and Emily is ending soon, so get ready. And that's really good. So like both of us paying attention to ensure that they are not stopping, and then it just leave the camera right there.
Yeah, well, I will always say they're wrapping up, like, trying to hint the director, because, like, I don't know what's happening in this room.
Yeah.
And so I'm always like, if the director isn't paying attention, I know I am, and I'm kind of helping, giving cues.
Yeah, that's really good, because when it's done, you can hit auto and then go out. Otherwise, they are gonna be smiling throughout the whole time, and then it's gonna be weird for the live people watching the live stream.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe.
And if you know anyone who could benefit from this video, send them the link. And I forgot. What was it? I forgot.
We'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time.